it's more to the point of,
If someone's
it's
injured.
like, come on, oh, you've been shot and you're bleeding out and you can't run, I'll see you alone. It's cold, but, you know, I mean, of course, like I said, there's exceptions to everything. I mean, if I can pick you up, throw you over my shoulder and still run, I'm gonna do that. I mean, this young lady right here's not gonna go pick me up and throw me over her shoulder and drag me out. She just needs to run and go, sorry, dude.
Did you have a question?
Little babies, pick them up, run with them. Pick the baby up and run with them.
Doesn't matter if it's yours or not. Your brother, your sister, doesn't matter.
The little babies, little kids, if you can pick them up and run with them, run with them.
The women can run with men too.
Yeah.
How much harder are the guys who show up with this armor gear stuff, like they show up to fight out what you guys do?
Oh, they fight, they show up in armor, I mean, they show up in armored gear, I mean, remember the LA shooting for the bank robbers? How long did it take the police to take them down? And that was before LAPD carried rifles too. So they just had handguns and the bullets just bouncing
They
off
had
of them.
bulletproof vests, armor, helmets.
They had actually fastened, they took different vests and different things and made full body armor.
Yeah.
Their
Arms,
arms, their
legs.
hands, their neck, their everything like that will slop with their eyes, that was it. And they were doped up on Oxycontin and methamphetamine.
Wow.
So they didn't feel anything and they were wide awake. So I mean, there was, I mean, I think when they finally stopped them, I think they had broken ribs all throughout their body and fractured bones and stuff, and they were still going. Only the bullets never went through, no. But how they got them, they shot their ankles, shot their feet out, didn't have anything down there.
Wow.
And then once they got them down, then they were able to stop. Okay. How to respond, law enforcement, I guess I need to type on there. Yes? You have a question?
TJ.
You have a question?
TJ.
It's okay, when you remember, just raise your hand, okay? In an active shooter incident, emotions are gonna be high. Law enforcement is gonna respond with little or no information on the shooter. So we just know somebody's here killing people. Remember, the officers responding have one mission at that point, and that's to stop the killing. That's the only thing we're worried about at that point. When officers arrive, they're headed directly to the last known area the shooting is reported. So do not stop them and they're trying to ask them for help. Don't try to grab onto them. Don't say, help me get out of here. Just try to continue to get away. But don't try to stop the officers. Officers usually arrive in teams of 4, sometimes even by themselves. Because if someone's in here actively shooting, and the lieutenant gets here first, he's not gonna wait for me to show up. He's running in. Now, I'm pulling in the parking lot right when he pulls up, and he's about to run in, he'll wait 2 seconds for me to get out and come in with him. But we're not waiting for a backup. Officers who wear tactical gear, regular uniforms, external vests, and even helmets.
You know how many different officers or uniforms you'll see if there is actually an active shooter here? You're gonna have detectives, you're gonna have uniform officers, you're gonna have Lake City, they wear a different uniform, Clayton County, Sheriff's Department, probably the GSP, Forest Park, Riverdale, who knows who's gonna show up. You might even have a Department of Natural Resource Officer who is down here at Reynolds Nature Preserve. I mean, you're gonna have everybody come. So the main thing you look for is something identifying. We're all, you know, you might even see somebody in shorts. We have officers that live in the city, and they might be out there in the yard and hear something, throw their vest on, wearing flip-flops and shorts, and show up.
There was a Columbine photo of the guy with his little short running shorts on up front.
So you could see a whole array of different type of uniforms.
Yes, sir.
What I was gonna say, do you blame that officer down in Heartland about not running in there first? Instead of waiting for other officers?
That officer who didn't run in,
Right.
he didn't need to be doing the job. That's my personal opinion.
He
He
didn't.
didn't need to be doing that job.
Because he didn't have to learn that.
Because when you take that oath, when you swear to uphold the laws and protect the people and the citizens, you're
Well, you
willing to
don't
go
mind.
in there and do stuff like that.
what he said, he didn't know exactly where the active shooter was, but he still could have went in there, you know.
Detective Murphy and myself, I tell you, like he said earlier, we signed up for this. I'm gonna come and I will give my life for you. He will give his life for you. This is what we dedicate our life to. There are some people, unfortunately, in this profession that shouldn't be in this profession, just like there are some people at McDonald's that shouldn't be hamburger backers. There are. But for the most part, 99.9% of all law enforcement in the United States are this gentleman right here.
We do have bad apples, just like everywhere else. It's bad people everywhere. Unfortunately, they get into law enforcement, we try to weed them out the best we can. Yes, ma'am.
Question might be kind of unrelated, but one thing that confuses me, like when they have the news, like if they have an incident or something, and they'll start saying, okay, he was last seen right here, and then he's over here. It's like, shouldn't the law enforcement kind of keep it quiet? The shooter can watch TV as well, and he can see where they're going. Oh, they say I'm over here, so let me go over here.
Well,
See, they give a lot of information.
there's a thing called police scanners that the media has, and they listen to them. And where the media is releasing this information, we're not going out and going, yeah, we just saw him over here, and we know we're about to bust into his house. We're not gonna tell anybody that.
We don't like talking to the media.
Officers will be armed with rifles, shotguns, pistols. Everybody knows what a rifle looks like, right? Everybody knows what a shotgun looks like, right? Everybody knows the difference between the two? No? Okay. They both do the same thing. So it doesn't really, but we're coming in and we're coming in hard. We're gonna have some pretty scary looking weapons. And it's gonna be a little intimidating. So please don't be scared of us. We're here to help. Officers may use tear gas or pepper spray to help control the situation. And if we do, I'm sorry, because that stuff's nasty. Yes, ma'am. Tear gas and pepper spray, they're a chemical agent that doesn't cause any kind of permanent disabilities or any kind of permanent problems. It, you ever eat like a jalapeno? You ever eat anything spicy that's hot? Okay, imagine that times 1,000 or 1,000,000. But it's all over your face and all over your skin. That's what the tear gas and the pepper spray do. It burns really bad, makes your eyes tear up, makes lots and lots of snot come out of your nose.
To where you can't see.
You can't see, you feel like you can't breathe, but you still can. And maybe like you're coughing stuff up, it's nasty. But it is used for situations like that to help, incapacitate people. That's a standard fire team. This is a training picture. It's not actual, it's not an actual active shooter or anything. That's what the training is. Officers may have to push people down and to the side for the safety of the officers and the public. So if we're coming in, and we're coming in a standard, what we call stack, our fire team, we're coming through, we're going down the hallway, you're running at us, don't run through the middle, run around us. Because if you run through the middle, we're throwing you. Not personal, but we don't break ranks. Because as soon as we do, I just let you come through, yeah, you stick a knife in my side. Because guess what, you're the actual killer. So we don't break ranks. We come through and we're blocking, we're coming through with rifles and guns, and he's sitting right next to me, and I got 2 guys behind me, and we're coming through. Remember to remain calm, follow the officer's instructions. You just put your hands up, put them up, wiggle your fingers. I ain't got nothing in my hands. Come on, everybody, we can do this, right? Hands up, wiggle your fingers. Okay, that's what we want to see. If you're running out of a building, and you're running at officers, put your hands up, show them you ain't got
As high as
nothing.
you can.
As high as you can, and there's
High.
reasons for that.
There you go, all the way up. There
Okay.
you go.
Now, notice everybody, your shirt's pulling up. Guess what? If you're putting your hands like that, we can see if there's any weapons. So we're doing what we call quick scans. We're like, okay, you're good, go. You're good, go. And then I'm gonna push you back to him, and he's gonna tell you to put your hands on the wall, and he's gonna frisk your weapons.
And ma'am,
and then push you over
if
there.
I frisk you, you're an active shooter, you're gonna get frisked. Don't get embarrassed, because I'm not gonna worry about what I frisk. I mean, just tell him. Same with you, sir. Same with you. Because my objective at that point is to make sure that you're not getting by me with a gun so that you can shoot my partner in the back. Or that you can get away. My main objective is my partner. Because if you get by me with a gun, what are you gonna do? All you gotta do is turn around. Now you take out all the police officers. So, y'all can call the precinct later and make you complain and all that good stuff. But will it matter at that point? No, because we're there to save your life and to save lives of others. So, it's not anything politically correct, and it's just the way life is gonna be.
Yes, ma'am.
So in the instance of fight, using a gun wouldn't be the very best option? Like if y'all coming in looking for a shooter,
If we're-
you got one.
Okay.
It's like,
I'll answer that real quick, like. You have an active shooter come in, okay? You have a concealed carry permit. He comes in, he starts shooting, you go pop, pop. 2 shots to the head, whatever. You stop him. He's down.
You put your hands up.
Put your hands up, put your gun down. Officer, I just shot the active shooter. Officer, I just shot the active shooter. Clear and
Now,
concise.
are we gonna treat you a little different than we do her at this point?
You're going in handcuffs.
For a second, you're gonna get laid down prone, we're gonna come up, handcuff you, we're gonna pull you off, we're gonna pat you down again, make sure you have no other weapons, we're gonna do all that. But you're gonna be treated different than we treated her because you said what? You had a gun and you used it, okay. To eliminate you being the active shooter, that's why we do that.
Or it could have been with the team. or something.
Could have been with them, who knows?
Change their mind.
Might have been your boyfriend or your husband. Y'all decided you only want to kill street together. We don't know. Put down anything in your hands. What does it look like?
Gun.
Put down. You don't want anything in your hands. Because you're running out, you're like, hey, no. I'm sorry. You're dead.
Because just like your stress level is high,
Bills are too.
what is our stress level?
High.
It's 10 times that.
The lieutenant said, remember the stress levels are through the roof. An object may be mistaken as a weapon. And that's the last thing I want to do. Immediately raise your empty hands above your head. There we go. It's like we're on a roller coaster ride. Well, you run, put your hands up, brother. Avoid making any sudden movements, especially towards the officers. Others, hey! Don't do that. Because you're gonna get thrown on the ground. Do not grab officers and hold on to them. Officers there to eliminate the threat, and we will tend to the injured once the threat is done. Okay, because that's what we were talking about earlier. Wounded people, we're gonna get to them as soon as we stop the threat. That's when we start, that's when we start coming in with, we come in, by this time, 400,000 police officers are on scene. And we start coming in 4 or 5 fire teams at a time, and we have paramedics in the middle of these fire teams. And then we grab the injured and we start dragging them out. Or we take them to a room that we've secured and start treating them there. Avoid pointing and yelling. Do not attempt to stop to ask for help evacuating. Just head toward the directions the officers came from to evacuate. Chances are the active shooter ain't over there. Because we're running towards the threat, not away from it. Any questions? No? You guys will take 5 minutes? Use the restroom, get your drink of water?
Everybody good?
Everybody good?
What do you look for when a person comes in about an active shooter? How they dress,
Well, it's usually the guy with the gun starts shooting people.
I know.
There's no specific way they're gonna dress. I mean, I know the Columbine guys wore the black trench coats, and we've had some other people have done the same thing, but I mean, you've got guys that, was it the,